What's happening, Facebook? How y'all doing? How y'all been? How's your week going? I am so glad to see y'all. It is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Yup, it's Sunday. And I'm here, you're here, and I appreciate y'all being here. Another edition of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Longhorn the Comedian. And I just hope everybody's doing well. I know it's been a week. Yes, it has. It's been a heck of a week. Um, Yeah, I just realized that the date is just the 8th. And man, it feels like it's about the 15th of the month already. But it's just the 8th of the month. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can take too much more of this month, but we're here and I'm glad for that because quite frankly, hey, there's a whole lot going on in the world. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here. We could be somewhere else. We could be laying in a hospital bed somewhere or laying in a ditch waiting for somebody to come dig us out, or we could be standing on the top of drinking champagne on the top floor of the Empire State Building. There's a number of different places that we could be, but we're here. And I'm glad for that. Good, bad, and indifferent. I'm just glad that we are here. And I thank y'all for joining me tonight. I really do. Like I say, I know it's been a up and down week for me. As some of y'all know, Tuesday was my birthday. So yeah, another year older. And that's cool. I'm just happy to see it. People ask me what did I want for my birthday, and I told them I just wanted to see it. And then, of course, we had the election situation, which I am really, really glad that that is over. More than you know, I am very glad that that is over. Do want to send some shout outs, to those who are watching the show. I look into my magic mirror. I see Nanette and I see Charlotte. I see Denny. I see James. Glad to see y'all stopping in, popping in. I see Daryl. What's up, Mister? Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. So drop me a like. Let me know that you're here because I really do appreciate that. What you seeing me wear tonight is no green screen tonight. I'm doing something different. I actually got my very first sponsor of Messages in the Madness. Um, yeah, and so I'm rocking this gear. If y'all can see it, it says Dog Bone Gear. This is a buddy of mine who Eric Rivers. He and I go back like throwbacks. Matter of fact, and there's the hat right there. It's got a pit bull on it. It says throwback gear. Brothers don't typically wear camouflage. Not really our thing, but this looks pretty cool. Now will I wear this on a regular basis? Yeah. The shirt, yes. The ball cap, probably not. But anyway, so I'm gonna give a shout out to Eric Rivers, and I'm gonna put him up. Let's see, put him in my thing here if I can. But yeah, he said he calls me Dog Bone is what he calls me. He said, yeah, Dog Bone, I got something for you. I want you to rock this on your show. So I'm rocking it for him. So how y'all like it? Y'all like the logo? Logo is cool. Yeah, I thought so. I like it. But anyway, so we got that going on. So let's see. James said just stirring up trouble. Yeah, I'm always stirring up trouble. Hey, what's up, Typhoon? Good to see you, brother. Got to send a special shout. Hey, Luke, good to see you too. Special shout out to Buzz. Hope you're doing better, man. I've been on the road. I've been rolling around this week, so I haven't forgotten about you. I will give you a call, check up on you here, probably tomorrow. So I'll give you a shout tomorrow. Um, yeah, we did see a guy. Oh man, all right. So this weekend, ran down to South Haven, Mississippi to see my grandson. He is getting big, man. He's 14 years old, about to turn 15. He's about 5'10", 5'9", somewhere in there. Wearing a men's 10.5 shoe. Well, anyway, we on our way back home, and we rode through Blytheville, and we're coming out the gas station, and there was a brother wearing camouflage, all camouflage. I didn't even see him sitting there. Excuse me. He's sitting on the corner drinking coffee, and I didn't even know he was sitting there. He was sitting in the grass. I didn't even know he was there until he picked up his cup and took a drink. I'm like, oh, yeah, scared the shit out of me. But it's the reason my brothers don't wear camouflage. But so anyway, like I said, it was a good weekend. Got to go down to South Haven, made it back. Everything's great. Well, what else is happening? Oh, so we did have an election this past Tuesday. That's done. Like I say, so glad that that is over. And some of y'all may not realize, but of course, it's not. A lot of us went through a lot of stress behind that. That election stressed America out on a level that a lot of people don't really realize. And I was prepared for it, and I hope you were prepared for it. I knew it was going to be a while before we got the results from it. I honestly, I was surprised that they came in Saturday. I really was. I figured it'd probably be next week sometimes before we got them. And so I think what I'm gonna do tonight is just go straight into my message, and my message is very, very clear and very easy. It's a time for change, but change is not always easy. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Lamont? Good to see you, bro. No, change is not always easy. And now, we have had a regime change. And no, I know it's just getting started. I know it's just getting started, and there's going to be some legal fights and people upset, and there's going to be some rioting and so on and so forth. And I'm sad about that. I really, really, really am. This election did teach us a number of things. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Good to see you, lady. It did teach us a number of things. It taught us that we're split. And if you can't see that now, then you'll never see it. But when you got the country, 51% on this side and 50% on that side, that's a big split. And we're talking about 60%, over 66% of the voting population. That's a big split. That is a direct correlation, a direct representation of our country. Now, here is what's scary about that. Well, you're right, James. Not always good change. You're very right about that. But let me explain something to you. Because, see, we all have different viewpoints, we all have different ways of seeing things. And I looked at it, and I looked at the map, is what I did. And I looked at the map, the voting map. And if you look at it, you can actually see where the East Coast was blue and the West Coast was blue, and then pretty much right down the center of the country, and the South was red. Yeah. So I mean, the country can't get much more divided than that. You got blue over here and blue over here, and then right down the middle is red. That's divided. And what I noticed was that in around the metropolitan areas was where the blue votes were, and in the outside and the outlying areas, is where the red was at. Not in the urban areas, but in the rural areas is where yeah, that's where the red was at. And a lot more of that was for red. Okay, number four for President 45. What that taught me also is that when you looked at the other states, when you zoomed in on like California or Illinois, or Texas, and the major cities was blue, but the outlying areas was red. So yeah, it taught me something. I mean, and it's something that we already knew. I already know is that the further you get away from the city, the further you get away from the city, the more people tend to tend to think and see things differently than we do in the city. This country is primarily ran by small towns, rural areas. That's where a large percentage of the Republican vote is, and I get that. And I now have my only idea is that the reason why it's like that is because people who live in urban areas and interact with different people have a different opinion and have a different view of people of color, whereas people who live in rural areas don't have that view. Hey, Annette, good to see you. Randy, good to see you. Uh, and it's unfortunate. I'm not going to poke my finger in the eye of anybody. Yes, the person I voted for did win or has won thus far until the electoral college is completed. And no, I did not support Trump, and I admit that. And I have my reasons, and you have your reasons, and I'm not going to hash that out. But this is an opportunity, a good opportunity, an opportunity for us to stop and go, wait a minute. Look at the division of this country and why are we divided like this? And then once we have that, we start having those discussions of why are we so divided. I believe that we can probably find ways to get closer together. Now, I was having a discussion and the question came up. It's like, okay, so if you got all these people who supported President 45 and his agenda and the way that he saw things, did they also support his racism, his division? And people go, well, man, I didn't see any racism. I didn't see any division. I can run down 20 things that did. And I'm sorry. And that's not what this show is about. But the question was, so if you got friends that trusted Trump and supported him, do they or did they support that part of his agenda also? And in my heart of hearts, I think that if somebody calls me friend, I really don't believe that they're racist. And that's just me. And people go, well, how can you think that? I say, because I judge people on individual basis. You may have voted for 45 for this reason. I voted against them for this reason. That doesn't mean that I don't like you because you supported him. That's like being back in high school and not liking somebody because they didn't vote, because they like this person and you don't like that person. We all have our reasons for doing what we do or doing what we did or doing what we do, voting the way that we vote. We all have our reasons for that. But this is also an opportunity to stop and look and pay attention and see if this is an opportunity for us to have those hard conversations, to understand why the people in the rural areas are not so fond of us city slickers. I'm going to say this very pointedly, and it may not go over well. My people that don't know us, that don't know black people, understand something. We ain't did nothing to you. There is no reason for you to hate us. Really, it's not. It's just like we have, there's just no reason for it, period. But there are people who do, and that's unfortunate. It's very sad, is what it is. And does it bother me? Yes, it does, because I find that what's going on is that we are not liking each other. We're not trusting each other. We're not willing to deal with each other based on what we don't know about each other. Now, I will tell you one thing, one reason why I did vote with Biden, because what Biden said something that I wish Trump would have said. He said, we as Americans. He also, yes. And so therefore, in that verbiage, he included people of color, which is something 45 did not do. So then therefore, what it did, it made us people of color look like charity cases. Like, okay, well, let me help the black man. And then he made another comment, well, what do you have to lose voting for me? Why should I vote for somebody who doesn't care for me, who doesn't care about me? And then too, I've been bombarded with articles about what Biden has said or supposed to have said, and the crime bill. I'm gonna tell you something that you may not even realize. That crime bill saved more people than you even imagine, because see, that crime bill did, yes, put some people in jail, but what it did also was it stopped the flow of drugs into those neighborhoods, into those black communities, therefore saving lives. Yes, some people went to jail, and they went to jail for a long time, more time than what the crime really called for. But at the same time, it saved a lot of lives. And many do not realize that or understand that. All they can say um, is that he did this. And then he thought I saw something where somebody said that Biden said that he didn't want his kids going to school with black children. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. When I moved into the St. Louis area, I intentionally moved to Alton, Illinois, instead of moving into St. Louis City proper. Why? Because I wanted my children to go to school in a multicultural environment. I wanted them to have friends of different race, creeds, and colors, just like their daddy did. So I guess does that make me a racist? I'm just saying. So, um, but people, this is an opportunity. The other thing that made me vote for Biden was that he said that he actually spoke about systemic racism, which is real. And how do I know it's real? A lot of people don't know it's real because they never have to deal with it. They never have to see it. And if you're in rural America, so, then you don't see it because you're dealing primarily with people who you know on a day-to-day basis. But I have seen it. I have been a victim of it on more than one occasion. But when he said he wanted to address that, I believe that because it needs to be addressed. Again, people of color, we have done nothing to America. If anything, we have helped build America. We have blood, sweat, and tears in this dirt, just like any other American. We do the same thing any other American do. We go to work, we raise our kids, we go to school, we pay taxes. Not all of us are on welfare. Not all of us are waiting for government handouts. Not all of us are trying to take advantage of people or the system. Actually, very few. Not the percentages are very low. Not all of us have been to prison. Not all of us sell drugs. I'm an example. Now, mind you, when I was growing up, I was in a gang. Yes, I was. I was a gangster disciple. But that was another lifetime ago. I did what I had to do to survive. So Biden also spoke to, like I say, unity. And that means a lot to me. My friends mean a lot to me. My family. I have family members that voted the other way, but they're still my family. I have friends that still are my friends. So I don't believe that everybody who voted for Trump is a racist. I don't believe that. I just believe that they were looking for something that they did not find in Biden. And I get that. So the opportunity here um, is for us to grow as people, for us to learn from each other, for us to um, be bigger and to be better, to bounce back. Right now, we're still in the middle of COVID, just because the weather's been nice and people have been tropsing all over the place. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. Did you know, like I live in St. Louis County, Missouri, over 35,000 people have been infected with COVID in the country. I mean, in the state of Missouri, 216,000, 3,000, over 3,200 deaths. In the United States, over 10 million people have been infected and over 238,000 deaths. 10 million people being infected with COVID is a lot of people. And to hear somebody say, we're just going to let it run its course, and we're going to do herd mentality, and it'll go away on its own, it's not going away. And disproportionately, it is affecting people of color, whether you know it or not. In case you missed all this, I am a man of color, and so is my family. So yes, it is a big concern to me. People, there's some changes going to come. And I'm just going to look you straight in the face and say, Leah, there's going to be some changes. But I believe they're going to be positive changes. Nobody's trying to steal an election because, quite frankly, if they were trying to steal the election, the numbers wouldn't be as tight as they are. And the seats that they needed in the Senate, they would have got those. And the seats they needed in the House, they would have got those. And nobody's trying to take anything from you, America. Americans have spoken. The vast majority of them have spoken to reunite this country and to bring love, not hate, to end the separation and the segregation. Nobody's coming for your guns. Nobody's coming knocking on your door asking for your guns. If you If we do end up paying more taxes, that's going to be just how it is because politicians been raising taxes on us for years. Yeah, let's be real about it. You know, they talk about well that tax. You know, he's going to repeal the tax cut that Trump gave us. Honestly, I want you to do a little experiment for yourself. Your paycheck. Yes, you may be getting some more money in your paycheck every month or every week. But then stop and think about last year when you filed your taxes. Did your tax return go down? How do I know this? I do people's taxes. You know, I got about 20 clients who I've done their taxes for the last 10 years, so I watch. Me, I haven't got a tax return. I've owed every year for the last 20 something years. And I end up paying more taxes this year. So, again, I'm not trying to preach, I'm trying to teach. And I'm going to look over here and see if I can see some of the comments. I think I'm going to have to go back to using a different program because I really like to see y'all's comments in real time. And unfortunately, I cannot see them when I'm doing this. I can't see y'all's comments. And that really kind of bothers me because honestly, what y'all say is important to me. And I really like to respond to it. So I'm looking over here and again, I'm gonna say, hey Tanya, hey Pete, hey James, Roger, Randy, Shirley, good to see you. Mary Lou, great to see you. Charlotte, Typhoon, Luke, Daryl, all y'all, glad to see everybody. I know I got 20 comments here and I can't read them all. You know, Monique said it's a refund. Yeah, it's a refund. You're right. The taxes that you get back is a refund because of the money that they took from you up front. But if you notice, the refund at the end of the year was actually lower than it has been the years prior to. Because yes, they did give you more money back in your tax, and they did take less money out of your check during the year, but they recouped it at the end of the year. That's fact. Um, yeah, the standard deduction was raised for everyone, but you still ended up paying at the end of the year. If you go back and look at your tax refund for last year versus the year before, you will see you got less. You paid more tax. Um, Gene. Now I'm gonna tell you something about Gene before I read Gene's comment. I have known Gene since we were in fifth grade in Junction City, Kansas, and her comment, "Son of a gun, this is driving me nuts." Um, what's up, Bob? Good to see you. Um, this is driving me fruit. Her, Roger, Randy. Here, let me see if I can do this. Very Luke. Now I can see. Can I see? Yes, I can see him now. All right. So, yeah, we still praying for James. Right, we are still praying for Buzz. What's up, Lamont? Um, okay. What I'm trying to find here is okay. Jean, I've been knowing Jean since we was in fifth grade, and what she said in her comment was, "I never hated you. I love you. I care for you. We did the same things with our girl. We moved to a very diverse neighborhood. She loves everyone just like her mama taught her." That's what I'm talking about. That's what's important. Because quite frankly, this thing that we're going through with this racism and everything is not going to end in our lifetimes. What we got to do is be better for our children and our grandchildren. They're the ones who's going to reap the benefits of it and be able to appreciate and accept people for being who they are. That's who's going to really benefit from this, you know. Um, thanks, Typhoon. Appreciate that, man. So that's the message tonight. I'm not here to beat up. I'm not here to beat up Trump. I'm not here. I'm not. I'm just not that dude. You know, he won the election. He served. He's done. Let's move on. But how about we move on as people? Because, like I said, I don't care what political party you're a part of. I used to be a Republican for 30 years. Now I'm an independent moderate. But I don't care what party you are in. If you are my friend, you are my friend. If you are my family, then you are my family. If you are my fan, then you are my fan. I don't care what your political background is. If you're not trying to do harm to to me or mine, we good. But I will be honest with you. I have felt the need to protect myself because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I really don't. I don't even know if I'm going to see tomorrow. But I can tell you one thing I have noticed is people have been nicer. They have been better to each other. They have treated each other better. And I think that that's going to continue. Hey, Candy, I pray that it continues because honestly, right now we need that healing. That was one thing I did wish that Trump would have done for us before he left office. I really wish he would have introduced us to the aliens. I would have appreciated that because I know they're here. I know they're here. But being silly, or am I? We have an opportunity, people. We have an opportunity to love a little harder, dig a little deeper, be a little nicer, be a little kinder, and try to close this gap. Because honestly, if you look at the screen, if you just look at any map, matter of fact, I'm going to bring it up on the screen. If you bring up the map, share my screen. If you just bring up this map right here, you'll see right there, we are divided right down the middle. And that's not the way we should be. So that is my message tonight. And I'm going to look over here. Yeah, you're right. He does have time to blow this thing out of the water. But I'm going to trust and believe that that's not what's going to happen. So as I come down from this place, I will say to y'all, as I always do, I love you. You know I love you. I appreciate every one of y'all. Keep praying for each other. Keep taking care of each other. Keep God first. Take care of yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of your kids. Oh, I got to show y'all. Respect our vets. But I got this today. What that is a challenge coin. And I got it at my hotel this morning. It's on my Facebook page, but there was 3 Air National Guardsmen in my hotel, and I gave them a thank you packet. And the rankingest one was an E9. He reached in his pocket and he gave me this, and I'm very grateful for it. So take care of yourselves. We're gonna be okay. I really believe that. God bless you. I'm Longhorn. $2.